Online databases are another excellent resource when you are doing research on a specific project. As part of Minnows, we have access to an outstanding online database called Opposing Viewpoints in Context. And in this video, I'd like to show you how to access that database and show you some techniques to use when you are trying to choose a topic. So at Minnows, we have a virtual library. To get to it, sign into Blackboard, and then near the top of your class list, you should see Student Activities. Click on that. And then over on the left-hand side, you'll see a link to our Media Center. The Media Center has lots of excellent resources, but in this video, we are just going to focus on the online database. So if you scroll down, here it is, Opposing Viewpoints in Context. Anybody that's associated with Minnows may use this for free. So you click on it, and then the password is the same for everyone. In the first time that you log in, it'll ask for the password, which is just lowercase m-n-o-h-s. There's no username. Once you log into the database, it'll look similar to this. On the home page, they always list the current issues of interest, and there's usually 3 or 4 that are listed right at the top. So you can see here, online education is one of the issues of interest for today, and the impeachment trial and workplace diversity. If none of those pique your interest, you can scroll down just a little bit more. And again, on the home page, it gives you some issues to browse. These are typically hot topics or topics that they've recently added or updated. And you can see all of these have that little orange flag on them to let you know that they're recently updated. So if you're searching for a topic, you want to decide on what you'd like to research for a class, or in this case for research learning, you're trying to find an issue. If none of the ones on the home page sound interesting to you, then you can go to Browse Issues right here, and you will get an alphabetized list of hundreds of possible topics and issues to research. Now, I want to say up front, just because it's on this list doesn't mean that it's necessarily a topic or an issue that's going to work. So make sure that you check with your teacher and check with your class to make sure it's a suitable choice. Again, it's alphabetized list. You can scroll through it. Anything that has been very recently added to or updated will have that little flag next to it. But let's take a look at one of these, and we're going to go to something that is on everybody's mind right now. And that's students and grades. So when you click on the topic, it will bring you to a page that looks like this. At the very top, it'll give you an overview of the topic, meaning it'll tell you both sides of the issue, what some of the basic arguments are. And then it will give you a variety of resources. You can see them summarized here in this gray band. You have viewpoint essays, which are like editorials, statistics, magazine articles, references, images, news articles from newspapers, biographies, videos, academic or professional journals, infographics, and very often they'll also have some audio files to listen to, and very often they also recommend websites. So these are websites that have already been reviewed and evaluated to make sure that they are reliable. But for right now, let's just take a look at how we could use this if we're brainstorming. So we've picked this topic, students and grades. Sounds interesting, but it's not narrow enough. What would we research about students and grades? We can't cover the whole thing in one essay. So the next step is to take a look at some of these viewpoint editorials. So let's click in here. Now, editorials aren't usually a good source once you've started researching, but they're a great thing to use when you are trying to decide on what to write about and what to research. We can skim these titles and it gives us some ideas about issues. So here we've got decline of SAT and ACT sparks dubious fears of high school grade inflation. Okay, grade inflation, there's an issue maybe we could look deeper into. We've got solutions to grading challenges during the pandemic. We've got the importance of grades in high school. And then we have some other things about the grading curve. Free students from the grading curve trap. That's kind of opposite. So one of these looks like it's arguing that high grades in high school is a good thing. This one sounds like no, grading is a trap and we don't want students to deal with that. Here's another negative for high grades. It motivates students to cheat. So you can see just by skimming these titles, we can get some good ideas, some good issues that we could start researching in that argumentative research essay. So let's go back. Then once you've chosen your topic, again, you can go back and start taking a look at actual resources. We'll talk about more of those in the future. But for right now, give opposing viewpoints a try and browse the issues and see what you find.